satellites which orbit around the Earth within 24 hours. And another feature is that wherever you look at from the Earth, the geostationary satellites look like they are stationary, but it is revolving with the Earth. Okay, and so it is used for, it is a very best, one of the best satellite GSAT. It is not only one satellite. We have plenty of GSAT satellite which is used for time to time data collection, telecommunication, mobile communication, satellite communication, and how you are getting this more than 1,000 channels in a single cable network and all that things because of this geostationary satellites. So these are the satellites which broadcast from different broadcasting station all around the world to get, whenever you going on clicking on from channel to channel, you are getting instant channels, whether it's a English channel, Malayalam channel, Tamil channel, anything, because of this geostationary satellites. So mainly it has more helpful in satellite communication, mobile communication, and all that. This is the reason whenever you call a person in America, according to our time, you are able to connect that person. Okay, so because of this geostationary satellites. So that is the word, because it is rotating around the Earth in fixed time period interval of the Earth. Okay, and it is rotating, it's on about equatorial plane. Okay, and also what is another peculiar feature of GSAT? We call it GSAT, geostationary satellite. In single name we call it GSAT. Will image in multispectral and hyperspectral bands to provide near real-time pictures of large areas of the country under cloud-free condition at frequent intervals, which is selected field image in every 5 minutes, and entire Indian landmass image every 30 minutes at 42 meters spatial resolution. So this is one type of GSAT which have. So every GSAT has a different peculiar feature. This is about this GSAT. So more or less we have so many GSATs like that. So that is geostationary satellites. And in nutshell, these are the uses of geostationary satellite: communicating radio, TV, and telephone signals, studying upper regions of atmosphere, forecasting weather, studying about meteorites, studying solar radiation, cosmic rays, and used in GPS, that is global positioning system. Okay, so this is the satellite. So the picture is shown at various locations. We have so many GSATs. They will be giving us time to time images and data. So that is uses of geostationary satellites. So this is for 2 marks question and 3 marks question. What is geostationary satellites? Explain it to users and all that. Clear? You can just write the answers. Even in the exam also you can write the answers this way. Instead of giving a descriptive way, you can add these points there. First you write what is geostationary and write about a peculiar feature. That means 24 times. Means 24 hours it takes. And we have so many INSAT group of satellite. INSAT. So INSAT 1, INSAT B, INSAT 2B, like that. So many satellites we have launched that also come under this type of geostationary satellites. INSAT 1, INSAT 2, and all that.
Ma'am, so Cartosat also uses the same method.
Which type of?
Cartosat.
No, that we are coming to, that is come to under polar. That also comes. It's also Earth imaging satellite only. The Cartosat. So that also Earth imaging satellite only. So that also come under GSAT. Okay. These are the condition for geostationary satellite. It should revolve in an orbit, concentric and coplanar with the equatorial plane of the Earth. Okay. its sense of rotation should be same as that of the Earth, that is from west to east. Its period of revolution around the Earth should be exactly same as that of the Earth. It should revolve at a height of exactly this much. That means it is more than, it's very far away from the Earth. It should revolve at a height of exactly 35,930 kilometers. So these are the conditions for geostationary satellite. Concentric coplanar. That is, at every point of Earth equatorial plane, it should coincide and should have a synchronized form. So this always rotate from west to east. Okay, so I hope you have completed this. Now we are moving on to another category of satellite what we Indians have, that is polar satellites. So you want the previous one? Okay.
Okay.
Next is polar satellites. So polar satellites is pole to pole region, north pole to south pole. That is how it rotates. Okay. The geostationary satellite was equatorial plane, but this is rotating pole to pole, and this is the satellite which are very close to the Earth rotating, because it will rotate many times in a day. It will rotate many times in a day, like a round like this. So suppose it is rotating. So if the Earth is the first rotation is this, next rotation is another like that. Continues many times, it will undergo this way. So north to south pole. That's why it's known as polar satellite region. And whenever they rotate, we consider as it is imaging the Earth as a strips, as a part of a strips. That means first rotation, a particular region only will be visible to us. Next rotation, next region will be visible to us. Next rotation, so it is just like a strips. How is meridian have been drawn, no, longitude like that and all. So that way, the polar satellites are rotating this way. So it is rotating in a strip by strip. So it is taking the photographs of the Earth by strip, and all together you will get the entire image. Okay, so geostationary is more able than polar satellites, but this is for going to find out regarding the particular area. Suppose Rajasthan, we have got a desert area. So if you want to get a picture of a particular area, so for that polar satellites are used. Okay, so a satellite that revolves in a planar orbit is called a polar satellites, and these satellites are known as IERS, that is Indian Earth Resources Satellites. So they are known as Indian Earth Resources Satellites. They are used in weather and environment studies, spying a particular army, like enemies are approaching, and they do that work. Study topography of other celestial bodies. It is also help us to get an image of other celestial bodies which is close to the Earth. And these satellites are very close to the Earth, and it has nearly around 500 to 800 kilometer away from the surface of the Earth. So you can understand the difference between a geostationary height and the polar satellites. Okay, and it will give you with good resolution and good clarity. They will give you particular area. For example, a vast area of a forest has been destroyed with a fire. Then naturally, this polar satellites will give you a clear picture how much area it caught fire, and what was the reason, all that. So for that under it is used. So that means it has been rotating the earth many times from north to south direction, and its time period is around 100 minutes. One time period means one complete rotation of the earth, it will take only 100 minutes. That means, 60 minutes is 1 hour. 100 minutes means what? 60 plus half, more than half minutes. That much minute it rotates the earth. So that's a time period. So it have to complete the rotation of the earth within 100 minutes. That's it. Because it is not so away from the earth. So that much. And also it will give you as a earth image as a strip by strip. So that's about polar satellites. And this is one type of GSAT, the latest advanced type of satellites. What India is launched is Cartosat. That is what Achyut has got. It is Cartosat 3. We have more than that. So more or less, this is how it is launched, how it is come, and then it is orbiting around. So just want to show you. So this is Earth imaging satellite. Now we are moving on to total energy of a satellite. That was the last one. How satellite and earth attraction taking place and all that. Clear? So next one, total energy of a satellite. So you have seen that every system, rotational system or straight line system, the system which moves in one direction or two dimension. So every system of particles, it obeys conservation law of energy. That is, total energy will be sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. So these are the same concept using in the case of a total energy of a satellite. Okay, so you can write down the same step. Consider a satellite of mass m moving around the earth with velocity in an orbit of a radius r. Consider a satellite of mass m moving around the earth with velocity the next line. Because of the gravitation pull of the earth, the satellite has a potential energy which is given by the same what we have learned. U is equal to minus gmm by r. And after writing, we have orbital velocity. We have orbital velocity of satellite square root of gm by r. We have orbital velocity of the satellite square root of gm by r. Therefore, VO square is equal to gm by capital R. VO is equal to square root of gm by r. Therefore, orbital velocity square is equal to capital Gm. Yes?
Ma'am, is U equal to negative?
Yes, potential energy we know it is negative because of the gravitation of the earth is against the motion of the satellite. That's why. After writing potential energy, write this. The satellite orbital velocity is square root of gm by capital R. Therefore, VO square is equal to gm by R. Thus, kinetic energy is equal to, instead of half mv square, instead of v square, which value we substitute? Orbital velocity square. That is why half m into capital Gm by R. Thus, total energy is equal to minus Gmm by R plus half into small m is equal to capital Gm by R. Now, if you just look at this equation, here we have kinetic energy. If you just keep it half separate, put together, you will get Gmm by R. That is kinetic energy. So you can see that kinetic energy actually half of the potential energy. Did you get that point? If you put this together, you will get half into Gmm by R. That means from this what you understand? Kinetic energy is the half of the potential energy. Okay, that is what we have written here. Finally, answer is minus Gmm. Gmm is common. Gmm by 2R. Okay, so write down. After writing this step, total energy is equal to minus Gmm by 2R. Write down below that. The kinetic energy is positive, whereas potential energy is negative. Potential energy is negative. And the magnitude of kinetic energy. Magnitude of the
Ma'am,
yes.
potential energy is negative
And the magnitude of the kinetic energy. And the magnitude of the kinetic energy is half the potential energy. Half the potential energy. Half the potential energy. Therefore, total energy is equal to KE plus PE. That is, one is full, 1 plus half. What you get? One is negative, one is positive. So 1 plus half, you automatically you will get minus half. Correct? Because potential energy has minus sign. So that is what total energy KE plus PE, that is equal to E is equal to minus Gmm by 2R. This is full, this is half. So 1 plus minus 1 plus half. So you will get automatically minus 1 by 2 Gmm by R. That is what we have written here, minus Gmm by 2R. And why this negative sign? It shows that satellite is bound to the earth and bound to the earth means and earth is attracting the satellite downwards. The negative sign shows that satellite is bound to the earth and earth is pulling the satellite downwards. But satellite will not fall until some mechanical problem is there. Satellite will continue orbiting because of Newton's third law. Yes?
Ma'am, potential energy is negative.
Yes.
So kinetic energy means half of potential energy.
Potential energy.
How can that
magnitude.
be
Magnitude of the potential. Kinetic energy is positive.
Okay.
Kinetic energy means it is moving against the gravity. That's the reason. So we are taking the magnitude of potential energy and then we are adding to it. So in that we don't consider minus or positive. So magnitude means gradually it is going to be positive only, whatever you take. Okay, but why it's negative? That is, the answer is given. It is only indicating Earth, satellite is above the surface of the earth. It is moving, but earth is still has a force of attraction towards the satellite. But satellite will not fall to the earth because of Newton's third law. For every action, equal and opposite reaction. So whatever gravitational force earth is pulling the satellite, at the same force earth is applying equal and opposite. So that's why it is able to rotate till the fuel get over. Okay. So that is the reason they have given why negative sign, because it shows that satellite is bound to the Earth. Okay, so any mechanism, any problem in the satellite functioning, naturally it has a tendency to fall to the Earth.
Ma'am,
Okay,
so
yes.
once the satellite is placed in the orbit, then it does not need fuel, right, to orbit the Earth.
It needed, but we are controlling the satellites, no, from the Earth. Once it is attained a stable orbital velocity, it will continue rotating the Earth, okay, without falling it. Clear? But if you fix a satellite with a particular time, that means it can work only 5 years, then automatically once that time is over, the satellite automatically fall to the surface of the Earth, because we cannot control beyond that, because already we fixed that mechanism. It's just like a robot, no, we fixed it. Okay. Recently, I think 2 months back or something like that, the first Chandrayaan or something already accomplished its work and it has fallen. Like that, one news is come. So it is Chandrayaan first, which was already we have put it in the orbit. It has accomplished the work and we have returned that satellite. That is what we heard. So now we are working for Chandrayaan 2 now to put in the orbit. Okay, so that's about it. So we have completed. Now, binding energy. Once satellite is bound to the Earth, we can also call it the total energy as binding energy. So in that cases, we only take the magnitude. The energy required by a satellite to leave its orbit around the Earth and escape to infinity is called binding energy. Suppose a satellite wanted to overcome the Earth gravitational pull and it to live to infinity. Infinity means afterwards it is not under our control. You see, we had a failure, no, recently. We have failed recently. Once it that what Mangalayan, no, Mangalayan rover, we failed, correct, recently.
Yeah,
Ah,
Chandrayaan
that is
2.
what. Chandrayaan 2. That when you reach that orbit, we lost the control and we could not make out where it is. It is now uncontrollably somewhere. It is there. Some are telling it is still doing the target and all, but how much true we don't know. Okay, so that is why there are chances sometimes due to some defect this satellites or rover, whatever you are launching, it can escape forever from the gravitational pull of the Earth and reach to the infinity. So that is known as binding energy of a satellite. Once it overcome that binding energy of the Earth, naturally it will go to the escape to infinity. So that is known as binding energy. You already know total energy is minus GMM by R. But once it overcome that same amount of energy, you have to use positively. That's negative positive problem. So that is why binding energy now equation become plus GMM by 2R. That means Earth have no control over that one. So what is binding energy of satellite? It is the energy required by a satellite to revolve, to leave its orbit around the Earth and escape to infinity. It is called binding energy, and binding energy now plus GMM by 2R. Because total energy of the satellite is minus, in order to escape into infinity, it must be supplied extra energy so that its energy E becomes 0. So this both, okay, this both will be cancel each other and it will escape into infinity. Okay, so that's the once
Ma'am, can
once
you
the
show the
uh,
equation again? Equation.
okay. This one plus GMM by R. 1 minute. think it has gone, that slide. I will open again. 1 minute. 1 minute. I'll just take that again. 1 minute. Okay. So this is the one, binding energy of a satellite.
Done.
Okay. So this is the reason. So we have already completed this chapter, and because of this changes in binding energy. Okay, binding energy, before that, earth has always, satellite is always bound to the earth. This is one of the another reason that why do you feel weightlessness in outer space. Okay, even earth is attracting us towards with the same acceleration due to gravity. So always we will have a feeling that we are about to fall to the earth. Because of this, earth is attracting the satellite. So that is why the people, those who are entered in Mars also, I mean, so the moon also, they feel like they're like floating, because earth has still tried to pull that objects towards the center of the earth, because moon's mass is more than, or moon's weight is less than the earth. So naturally, even the person is in the moon, the earth has a control on the moon. Because we are going on the moon with the artificial mechanism. It is not a natural mechanism. So still they overcome this energy of the earth. Everyone above the surface of the earth will feel that weightlessness. I already explained to you in the aeroplane also. When you sit, you don't experience. Once you are in the aeroplane, you never experience that you are in the aeroplane. Okay, you feel you are at a stable position unless take on time or take off time. So this is the reason. So once you go out of the control of earth, no one can control you, and we don't know where you are going to be. So that's the reason. Clear? So that's the end of our chapter, gravitation. So next class onwards, we start the volume 2. Clear? So we do one small problem before winding up the session, connecting with this. So I told you volume 1 is a major lesson, major topics that you need to study well for your coming +2 also. Even we are dealing in +2 mainly wave mechanics. Mainly we are dealing in wave mechanics. So wave mechanics, when you learn, actually you are incorporating all this basic in that. But in new situation, in optics as well as in current. Okay. So first volume, nothing to skip up. Whatever I taught, you have to learn. Okay. Volume 2, nothing more related to +2. It is a fluid mechanics. We are moving on to fluid mechanics. It has some basics are there, but not fully. Okay. The last class 102 problem we did. So let us do some other problem related to this. Okay, write the question. A body weighs, a body weighs, a body weighs 140 gm, 140 gm weight on the surface of the earth. On the surface of the earth. What will be its weight? What will be its weight? What will be its weight on the surface of a planet? On the surface of a planet. The surface of a planet whose mass is 1/7 times of the earth and radius is 1/2 times of the earth. So we have to find out an object which is 140 gram at the earth, and we have to find its weight while it has a mass is 1/7, that is m/7, and radius, that is r/2. So we have to use the equation. Okay, our equation is gravitational force is equal to Gmm/r square. So this is the, and this is equal to how much? We already got it. This is equal to 140 gram on earth. On earth, its weight is this. Okay. Then on another planet, we can give it is as F1 on another planet. Okay, on another planet, we can give it as F1. What is given? G, mass of the earth, on mass of the earth, it is 1/7 times, correct? So you can write it Gm, 7 will come down. I am just writing at a stretch. You understand that r square is r/2. R/2 means radius is half of the radius of the earth, r/2. It comes here. But it is r/2 square. So it becomes 7 r square and 2 square go up. So our equation change into Gmm into 4m. You can order it. If you order it, you will get 4/7 Gmm/r square. If you just rearrange that one, you will get it. Okay. I hope you understood. Mass is m/7. 7 come down. Radius is r/2. So r/2 means 2 goes up. So naturally it is square. So 4/7 Gmm. This is one word question. Already weight is given. What is Gmm/r square? Gmm/r square is actually given as 140 gram in the first equation. Just substitute 140 and you will get the answer. So objective type question, You will get the answer 80. 80 gm. So that is the weight of the object. 80 gram weight. 80 gram weight. Clear? And if you can write it, this is in kilogram, because 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. So if you want, you can convert, otherwise just write it like that. Okay? So remaining one we will discuss in the next class. So I am now winding up the session because you have continuous session. So we'll wind up. And by tomorrow, I will send some questions in the WhatsApp problems. Okay. So next time we will be start with the lesson mechanical properties of solids, volume 2. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah.